Hello everyone, it's Minea in front of Learn Languages HD Audio. Welcome to our English learning podcast. So this is a completely new project that is designed to bring English closer to you. Having these shows in audio format is way more comfortable for your busy schedules, and it will make learning English language an interesting process that you can enjoy everywhere you go. Present simple tense. We use it when we talk about our habits, when we talk about certain actions that we perform daily or regularly. Let's say every morning I wake up at 6 a.m. and at 7 a.m. I drive my car to work. So that's your habit. You repeat that same routine every day, but it doesn't have to be every day. It can be like every year we go to a museum. Still, it doesn't have to be that regular, but we want something that repeats over time. We want certain action that doesn't happen just now and it's finished now and we don't talk about it anymore. It's something that happens and repeats itself over time. Another usage of this tense would be for facts. So, something that is general truth, something that is always true and that is a fact. So we can say, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That's a statement that's always true, it's always correct, and that's why you use present simple tense with it. We can also use it with permanent situations. For example, you can say, I live in Germany. That means that over a longer period of time, you live in Germany. That's your place of living, that's your location, and that's why you want to use this present simple tense that refers to something that is very general, that is very stable, and that happens over a longer period of time. Also, there is another usage of present simple tense that we are going to mention. Although I have already said that we don't use present simple tense when we talk about actions that happen at the moment, when we are talking about them, and that we have started now and that we are going to finish maybe in a couple of minutes. But there is an exception to a rule. So let's imagine you're watching a show, you're watching a match, football match, and then you have that person that is commenting it, saying like, he has the ball, and he scores a goal. So he sees that in that moment, and of course, grammatically, that's correct. That's a correct usage because it's not necessary to use those progressive tenses that we are going to mention later because that's a short action and it lasts a short period of time. So that's why it's not necessary to use the progressive tense that we are going to mention later. How do we form this present simple tense? So when we want to make a positive sentence, we use subject on a first place. An English language subject often comes at a first place. You have subject, and then you have verb in its basic form, in its infinitive form. We can also have another form in the present simple, and that's for the third person singular. So when we have he, she, or it, we can say she walks to school or she drives to school every day because we add that S to a third person singular form of a verb. When we want to make it negative, we use a helping auxiliary verb do, and we make it negative. So we say, I don't drive to school every day. But you can also say, she doesn't drive to school every day. So we have do and does as the forms of verb to do, but does comes to a third person singular. There is one thing to notice that we say, he drives to school every day, but we also say, he doesn't drive to school every day. Most of the tenses are going to make their interrogative forms just by inversion. That means that a subject and that auxiliary verb are going to switch the positions. So the subject is no longer on a first position, it's going to come to a second one, and do or does in this case are going to come to the front. So it's going to be, does she go to school every day? Does he drive to school every day? Do you wash your car regularly? There is another thing that can be helpful to you when you're maybe tested in school on tenses. It's the fact that there are certain adverbs of time that are going to serve the purpose of a sign mark, like a sign on a road. When you say those, it's more likely that you're going to use present simple, for example. So we have, for present simple, those adverbs of time are often, always, usually, sometimes, like those adverbs of frequency. And if you just think about the meaning of those words, you're going to see that they imply a certain habitual repetition. So that's all for the present simple tense. Thanks for being with us. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we really do look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.